ADA trying to make a little bit of a breakout out of a key upper trend line of this symmetrical triangle, 90-cent target to the upside. You might be surprised by my thoughts on this chart. I am absolutely going to dig into the price action of ADA. This is very short-term analysis. But first, it's definitely the fundamentals. It's definitely the title of the video. You're not bullish enough. Shout out to Plutus Staking. This is actually in my DMs. I took some snapshots. He said, so there's a BTC partnership. And by the way, I've known this guy for years. He's such a bright guy. He has such good instinct. So keep that in mind. There's a BTC partnership. XRP and XLM are looking positive. Doge, I'd say, will be a definite. When you think about it, what project wouldn't say no to boosting their chain activity? And that will be so incredibly bullish for ADA. We likely could flip ETH in the coming years. I think I need to maybe use that in a thumbnail or something. And he put this post that we're about to go over this post. He said, oh, it's happening. What's actually happening is that we are going to become too big and too integrated of an industry to be shut down. This is the financial revolution. And here's the post. And this really brings in together my thesis over the years on this YouTube channel, tracking even ADA value on the charts. As a value investor, meaning Cardano being so undervalued, but potentially being set up to be such a key player in the crypto space, it's coming together. And it's coming together right around, historically, altcoin season, which I think that's just bullish. But here's his post. So Cardano's partnering with Bitcoin at midnight and is likely to partner with Stellar, Ripple, Dogecoin, and countless others. Are you seeing what's happening? You are not bullish enough. And he put in here all of these posts, recent posts, right? November 13th, 7 hours, November 19th. And I want to go over them because it's beyond speculation. These are real-time things happening. So this is Jed over here from Stellar, the founder of Stellar. Charles said, just had a great meeting with Jed. Jed says, can confirm. We have Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple. Thanks for the kind words, Charles. Now is the time for the crypto community to come together, push for a level playing field and clear rules of the road. A rising tide lifts all boats. I'm loving the vibes. I don't know, especially just going into bull market in general, especially when it's between Ripple and Cardano. These two massive cryptos that get so much negativity in the space. And this is Charles' post that he's reposting. I just spoke with Brad Garlinghouse. He's a great CEO and extremely collaborative, and I'm excited to see how the future unfolds. We continue. Here's the CTO of Ripple. It was a pleasure talking to you. Midnight sounds extremely interesting. And there it is, Charles. I mean, Charles making the move to kind of build some bridges. I really like seeing that. On there was also a post from Bitcoin OS, Yago over here. And I wanted to point out this post in relation to what is happening with Bitcoin integration and Cardano, because this is a very good point. He said Cardano's winning bet is to adopt this marketing heading into 2025, and we're gonna look at what the marketing is. Bitcoin OS doesn't just plug you into Bitcoin's enormous capital base, but also into its epic brand, Bitcoin. Be the blue ocean that complements the rising orange sun. Be Bitcoin's best friend. You can see Bitcoin Cardano shaking hands there. But here's what he's kind of referencing. Angry Crypto Show reposted this. This is a couple days ago. Charles Hoskinson says, I'm hiring a dedicated person to make Cardano the dominant platform for Bitcoin DeFi. Smart move, that is for sure. We're best in class. I want that end-to-end experience. So people just click a button to use Bitcoin DeFi, powered by ADA. That'll bring a lot of volume. Do you see what's happening here? Again, playing into my long-term thesis as a value investor. These are the things that Cardano has been built for. That research that went into all of this. Slower moving development. All the rigor is playing into this moment now because it's built secure. It's built decentralized. It can be trustless when helping something like Bitcoin. That is what's coming together right now, everybody. And that is why you are not bullish enough. So let's talk about charts a little bit. I wanted to go over that. So here's what's happening on the 4 hour. I think we're absolutely going to talk about this, the targets on this chart. But I think what's important is to zoom out for just a moment to get a sense of where we are. 200-week moving average resistance, such a key area. The next target for ADA is like just above $1.20. Remember, we talked about this, I think, in the last video. It's this bear market swing high, a very similar bear market swing high area that ADA made a move to right around at this time last cycle. So back then it was around 40 cents. This time it's to around $1.25. Here's the deal though. The move that we're in, as many of you know, is kind of right here compared to last cycle. That weekly candle breaking above the 20 week and out of the 20 week. We've made the move. We're at this resistance at the 200. If we look at this on the daily chart, this is what the chart looks like. And then I'm going to tell you my thoughts about this 4-hour symmetrical triangle and what potentially will be next. This is the daily chart now. And at this moment, last cycle, meaning when ADA was making this breakout move through the 20-week moving average, just like it just did, on the daily chart, I want to show you what the daily chart looked like. This is the daily chart. Consolidation. There's a swing high. Consolidation. It was around a month, I think it is. So before going higher. Now, ADA is kind of like in this move right here on this daily chart. This daily chart. I'm not saying, hey, it got overextended last cycle and it pulled into these moving averages, the 20, the 50, for like a month. There was consolidation, there was structure. I'm not saying just because it happened last cycle, it's going to happen again. But what I am saying is I think that's the most likely thing. I really just do. I want to see crypto keep going. I want to see ADA go to 90 cents and beyond next. I don't want it to take a break. I want this to be the break and it goes higher. I do. But when I'm looking at the charts, and this isn't just ADA, when I'm just looking at Bitcoin and crypto in general, cool off phases in bull markets, I like them. I get nervous when it's just parabolic, brief test, or brief consolidation, parabolic, boom, 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 boom. I like when there's just boom, people get freaked out. There's a reset. There's like a short-term redistribution. I like those moves. I don't enjoy them as much as the green candles, obviously, but I think they're important. And my sense is, and I don't want to follow just my sense, that's where we're going to look at, just continue following the technicals. It's just, I think it's ready for consolidation. So when I'm going and I'm looking at a 4-hour chart, yes, I'm a bull. I enjoy X. I enjoy YouTube more when these moves are happening right here. It's so much more fun. It's ridiculous. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But this little breakout that we're getting, and even when I was just starting the video, it was like up here, approaching 78 cents. It looks really nice, and it looks like it's ready to go. It really does look like it wants to break out. But I really, and maybe it goes up a little bit more, right? 80, 81. I just wouldn't be surprised if it fails, we get a throwback, and it actually turns into some type of busted pattern. A busted symmetrical triangle that's not bullish. This would be a bearish setup, and we're going lower to like around the 60 cent range. If we go and we look at 60 cent range on the daily chart, just to give you an idea of what it is, we're looking at right around, and I think the target is more like 58 to 60, but we're just really looking around in this general area, right? On the daily, it doesn't even look that bad if ADA just made its way to that area. It's not in one day. Maybe it could be, but it just could be just choppy and maybe sideways and then up and down. It could just take a little bit of time. It could take a week or 2 weeks, but we're making our way down into the 50s. And during that time, the 20, the 50s pulling up, and ADA is just making its way. It's creating more of a midterm structure. And it could look very similar to back here when ADA at the same moment last cycle was consolidating into the moving averages, the 20, the 50. So I don't know what's going to happen. I like visualizing. I like we have this context back here last cycle. I like visualizing that this could happen and just being prepared for it. And mark it. If it happens, just know that would actually be a very normal technical move, especially with where we are right now on these charts, right? If you just look at the daily chart, currently on the daily chart, we can open up our momentum oscillators. You can see ADA has been overbought for some time now. So if we start seeing ADA just start the momentum oscillator falling through that yellow line, the moving average line, the stock RSI getting that downward momentum, the MACD on the daily just starts going down, we just might be in store for some consolidation. It is what it is. But to how I started the video, on the macro, the fundamentals are crazy good right now. So it's like mid-November. It's not even 2025 yet. I think there's plenty of time. Let's let things set up, not just for ADA, for Bitcoin, for every altcoin. And let's just chill and track these charts. So these are my thoughts today. And it'll be interesting to see what we wake up to tomorrow as it relates to this little consolidation, the structure on the 4 hour. And by the way, this is a 4 hour. This is such a small pattern of structure. So we'll see what happens. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Turn notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like. Your support, it really means a ton to me. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.